This is a reading from The Still Small Voice by Hans Arp, who is a dadaist. It's from German dadaist literature. Co-Twitter Hugo Ball and Hans Arp. Here's what Hans Arp wrote. Lost like the old moon that died many thousand years ago, wooing the departed rose is his poor man of blood. A wall and a letter, a sailing ship in a forest, a flame in a cage, a key in a mouth, an ivory mask with snow fruits. The Niagara is in perfect condition. In addition, Cape Horn is slightly shop-worn. Your hands reveal the sun and cradle it anew. Who am I? Whether I am, I is not easy to say. At present I am more tired, and would like to sink for ages into everlasting sleep. Does this way lead to crucified cross? Does this way lead to the garland and the luminous glances? Does this way lead to the garland of luminous glances? The fish put on their walking shoes and roll in stars towards the exit. The black coach is harnessed before the mountain. The black bow is harnessed before the mountain. The black rocking horse is harnessed before the mountains. In the rain in the train which went from A to B, pardon me, a short trip of about 3/4 of an hour. Scarcely one of those in the coach was genuinely ready to get out and be the terminus. 3 travelers got out, as if under some compulsion. The others sadly remained in their seats. Most of them maintained and they would have gone from A to B at least another 3 or 4 times in order to get ready to get out. Wonder of the world, send card by return here, is a part of the pig, all 12 parts. A white moon, white on white, a new relief of mine. A tracker no longer wants to lead a machine life. He no longer wants to travel by plane. He wants to travel by dream once more. A tracker no longer wants to lead a machine life. No longer wants to travel by plane. He wants to travel by dream once more. Tomorrow climbs on yesterday's shoulders, while the next day climbs on its shoulders in turn until one fine day collides with the black ceiling. On flaming spokes, birds roll across the heavens. Stars sneeze, sheaves of flowers from their waxen noses. Drunken are man and mouse and swing on soft fingers. Burning lions rush over trembling birches. Concrete art seeks to transform the world and render it more tolerable. It seems to save man from the most dangerous brand of madness, vanity, and to simplify his life, it seeks to merge it into nature. This is why art remained a lifelong dadaist. They found that despite all much vaunted iconoclastic nihilism of Dada, he was able to break through and discover a positive side. He found his mysticism, his new faith, not outside this movement like Ball or Schwitter's, but within Dada itself. The overwhelming majority of art's poems derive their initial impetus from one or two sources: the positive, the spontaneous power of the natural world, or the negative, contrived, constructive science and technology. These two sources can either appear singly or in combination, and the forms they generate are spontaneous or contrived, or blend of the two. As the case may be, the collection of Dervogel Celebrate offers an excellent illustration of this extreme natural mode. In Ascona, I drew with brush and ink broken off branches, roots, grasses, and stones the lake had washed up on the shore. I simplified these forms and unified their essence in fluid oval shapes, symbols of unnecessary metamorphosis and evolution on part of physical entities. Art reflects nature, and since no natural object is definitive, fixed for all time, no work of art either is final or in itself. It never reaches the limit of its development, nor can it constitute a final statement about the natural universe. In such an oeuvre, it is the interrelationships between individual works and not the individual works themselves that are crucial. Let me repeat that. In such an oeuvre, it is not the interrelationships between individual works and not the individual works themselves that are crucial. A very important statement by art. The outer appearance is only the minor part of the object, and art succeeds in penetrating the superficial layers to the essence of each object by an intensive listening to the central stillness of the inner world. The machine is not real, for it represents an aberration from reality, being capable of natural growth and metamorphosis. Computers, it is all the superficial luster of the pearl within the oyster, but it is turning against the natural world and growing in a distorted fashion like a cancer which will ultimately destroy the whole organism. It must be recognized that the Dadaists were not just charlatans flinging a pot of vowels and consonants in the face of the public, to use Foster's well-turned phrase, an art of all the Dadaists, alas, who should be accused of such literary vandalism. The finest compact illustration of all of Barb's works of that concept of wordplay and cooperation is a little French poem that succeeds in conveying a great deal of less than 10 words. And that is, some vestiges of vertigos on the stalks of stars. The head is down, the leg is up, he plunges into the abyss to place from whence he came. Fluttering way up there are men who have lost God. He cometh offhand with his hand, he cometh off foot, which is foot. In the sea, the black snow starts to fall. The udder rings upon the water bow. The wind sharpens its talons once again and checks out its antlers with captions. But now come words, here is one, a savior of words. He places his hands beneath the chin and raises your face to observe it and say, arise, I grant you your freedom. One of Hans' artworks on the back of the book. Hans Art is a great artist and a great writer. One of my favorite dadaists. Hugo Ball, Kurt Schwitters, and many others are my favorite surrealists. The dadaists and the surrealists drove us into a new world of art and literature. And for that, they should be congratulated. Art is not dead. There are neo-surrealists, pop surrealists, pop artists, realists, and many, many other styles of art that go on to this day. But has everything been done? Not in the computer world. In generating graphic art now, we created a new dimension in art, a new reality. And that is what the future holds. The dimension of digital art in the computer world language. In the future, we will look at these images and be surprised at how good that some of the artwork was during this time period of our lives here on this planet. I just hope that the future holds better things in store for artists. As always, I keep a positive outlook on art. Even though our government doesn't support art necessarily, there are many artists out there working on their own, striving every day to survive. Please support your local art community. You know, it's what's necessary for them to survive. I personally am favorable of New York City, Kansas City Art Institute, St. Louis Art Museum, Los Angeles Art Museum of Art, Modern Art. I used to be a collector of Gustav Stickley during the Warhol era. I'm now retired from that. I made my fortune, and I'm happy with it. And my artwork, I've always sentimentally related it to the surrealists because they open new doors into the mind of dadaist, same thing. But these new artists, new younger artists nowadays, the Banksys of the world, have created a lot of great artwork. And I believe that people will take hold of this artwork and admire it and enjoy it. Art is to be enjoyed. Love what art